fee. You imagine it, we'll create it. Custom month at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
Richardson Jewelers.
The devil is always in the details. Forensic Factor.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, new bills in Michigan would see an increase in the amount of contraceptive products that are allowed to be prescribed beginning this year. Plus, enrollment for Bay College is now underway. We're talking with them about how students can get prepared for the upcoming semester. And a Gladstone ski hill is almost ready to open up for the season. We'll hear about their preparations with the lack of snow so far. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Checking things out from Marquette, they'll have cloudy skies overnight. Couple of snow showers may be around. Still some brisk winds here, so temperatures will drop into the teens overall. Wind chills will be staying in the single digits, and you can see not a whole lot happening across much of the rest of the Upper Peninsula. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, and again, maybe a few snow showers here and there. Teens near 20 across most of the region. Rest of the forecast later in the show. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thank you. Michigan could see an expansion for contraceptive access in 2025. Bills waiting on a signature from the governor would expand the list of medical professionals allowed to write prescriptions for certain contraceptives. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy spoke with one of the bill's authors about the changes that would be on the way.
The contraceptive equity package was introduced to Michigan's House of Representatives last winter. The package is 3 bills that were targeted towards individuals who struggled with continual access to their contraceptive prescriptions.
My priority is ensuring affordable access to health care in all its forms.
2 of the 3 original bills passed in both chambers. The legislation would expand the list of people who can write a prescription for birth control to include pharmacists.
The more that we can do to reduce barriers and help people get the medication they need is really just a quality of life thing.
Many contraceptives are prescribed for standard birth control, but Representative Julie Rogers says they've heard from people across the state who use the prescriptions to treat other conditions like polycystic ovarian syndrome, endometriosis, or even acne.
Especially with college students, many of them were stating that they don't have a personal vehicle, and taking the bus was sometimes a barrier.
A third bill in the package would have increased insurance requirements to cover a 12-month supply of contraceptives. The bill saw widespread support, but was left behind in the Senate.
I'm sad that my bill did not make it across the finish line, but I will probably be reintroducing it next term and work on it again.
Rogers says that with wait times for new patient appointments close to a year in some parts of the state, the law aims to ensure those who may not have access to a regular primary care provider still have access to the prescriptions they need. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
In Escanaba and Iron Mountain, Bay College is helping students prepare for the start of a new semester next Monday. In the fall, Bay achieved its highest enrollment since 2014, with more than 2,000 students registering for classes. Admissions staff are hopeful for similar numbers this semester, and today they help students finalize their enrollment, courses, financial aid, and other resources to help them succeed.
No matter where you're at in your college journey, in the enrollment process, in your decision to go to college or not, we really are a great bridge, especially with how much support you have here. I think you'll really surprise yourself at how well you'll do and how much you'll enjoy the college experience.
New student orientations will be held later this week, but there's still time to register for winter semester courses. For details, visit WZMQ19.com. After a slow start to the outdoor winter sports season, the Gladstone Ski Hill is expected to open this weekend. The city's Parks and Recreation Department had hoped to open the ski hill for Christmas break, but a late December warm-up melted any snow that had been made. Now that temperatures have dropped, snow machines have been running 24 hours a day. They're supplied by water from a pond at the base of the hill, which can feed the machines for 5 days before needing to be replenished. The Parks and Recreation Department hopes to open 2 runs on Saturday, finally getting kids back on the slopes.
The Gladstone Ski Hill is a great place for kids to come and spend a winter afternoon, get outside. Lots of kids, makes it more fun.
The Ski Hills after-school program will begin on Monday, and crews aim to open the tubing hills soon after. We have your first warning weather forecast coming up after the break. Plus, we'll see if Jim has any more toast for me for life in the 906. Not this time, apparently. And later, the votes have been taken, and today Congress certified the presidential election, cementing President-elect Trump's path to the Oval Office. We'll be right back after this.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
New CBS Thursday, X and O marks the spot for laughs.
Boom! I feel like I'm on your talk show. You're so uncomfortably close.
Join Drew Barrymore and 8 of her funniest friends.
The price was wrong, Drew.
Sometimes the stars help, but not always.
What type of bridge is the Golden Gate?
Is there different bridges?
It kind of looks like a black suit changed its mind.
The new Hollywood Squares premieres CBS Thursday, 8/7 Central, and streaming on Paramount+.
Buckle's Party Store. It's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet. It's where the party starts for everyone.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's end of the year clearance. You'll save 30 to 60% off hundreds of items. We're clearing out sofas from Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and England. You can buy a nice sofa for just $449. There's big discounts on recliners from Lazy Boy, Flex Steel, and Best. Recliners start at just $299. And huge discounts on Amish dining room and bedroom furniture, quality that will last a lifetime. There's clearance prices on mattresses from Serta, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. A full-size mattress is just $179. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
First full week of 2025, and we are going to be cold here. The cold temperatures will be continuing with some lake effect, particularly in the lake effect areas east of Marquette, but the western shores of Lake Superior also could be affected here. No real warm up for the rest of this week. They'll have some moderation of temperatures, but anything that would resemble a warm up, at least even mid-30s, not seeing that until probably the middle of the month. So enjoy the chill here. Winds due north for tonight into Tuesday morning. That's not a good wind direction for a lot of lake effect, but as we go through the day, it goes a little more northwest, and that'll probably help with some of the lake effect going on here. But the air is also very dry, so even though we will have a lake effect, the directions will be lake effect, the amount will be on the small side. Will be cold conditions though, very cold to cold, wind chills right on through the day on Tuesday. So we have that typical hat, coat, and gloves. Make sure you are dressed warmly if you're doing anything outdoors. Of course, make sure the kids are dressed warmly as well. So future cast showing, here comes the bands of lake effect. Probably even going through Marquette during the morning hours here. And there could be a steadier hit now and then as we head on through Tuesday. And into Tuesday night, more of the same here as the winds shift northwest to north and back to northwest on Wednesday. So shifting winds make snowfall amounts a little tricky. By the end of the day tomorrow, we're looking at 1 to 2 along the lakeshore here, including Marquette, Eagle Harbor about an inch. Many of you outside of these main bands will get less than an inch, and probably close to nothing here, Iron Mountain and across much of the rest of the Wisconsin border. Heading into Wednesday, things pick up a little more. You can see Marquette models have us at 4.3. Not sure if we'll have that much, but enough to cover the ground. And as always, watch for those slick roads into the middle of the week. Wednesday looks like the best chance of seeing any good accumulating snow. You can see other bands along the western shores of Lake Superior as well. Not much though. Sault Ste. Marie, Newberry, probably less than an inch. So your forecast for tonight, partly to mostly cloudy overall. Lots of teens. Some of you will be near 20 degrees. Then into tomorrow, you can see the snow icons here from Marquette, Munising, and other areas out toward Eagle Harbor. You saw where the snow was expected there. Temperatures in the teens to near 20. Wednesday also seeing some flurries, except some steadier bands now and then. Thursday, we may actually have the best chance of seeing some sunshine here, but we're back to dry weather. And then, as mentioned, moderating temperatures. I wouldn't call this a warm-up per se, though, getting into the mid-20s by the upcoming weekend.
Tom, thanks again. Every 4 years, Congress is tasked with certifying the presidential election results. The 2024 election was officially certified by Congress today and went much smoother than the previous one. WZMQ 19 News Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live on Capitol Hill. Brendan, good evening. Walk us through today's events.
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening. That's right. Well, Vice President Kamala Harris presided over the joint session of Congress today, where she announced President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance the official winners of the 2024 presidential election. Today's joint session of Congress is the last step before the January 20th presidential inauguration. As snow blanketed the outside of the U.S. Capitol Monday, inside the Capitol, ceremonial leather-bound boxes were marched to the House to certify the 2024 presidential election. Vice President Kamala Harris and senators following the electoral boxes Monday afternoon before convening the joint session.
The Senate and House of Representatives are meeting in joint session.
As President of the Senate, Vice President Kamala Harris oversaw the certification of her own laws as the votes for each state were read aloud.
The certificate of the electoral vote of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania seems to be regular in form and authentic. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida received 19 votes for president.
President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance won with 312 electoral votes. Republican lawmakers getting a front row seat to watch their candidate's official certification.
Can't be lost any of these kind of historic moments. People will write books about what's happened this year, and but it just also echoes home the fact that we have an awful lot of work to do.
Today's certification was a stark contrast to what unfolded on January 6, 2021. Since then, lawmakers passed the Electoral Count Reform Act, making it harder for Congress to challenge a state's results by raising the threshold required to object to a state's electoral votes. Security has also been enhanced in the past 4 years. The United States Capitol Police has completed more than 100 Inspector General recommendations, including increased staffing and training. And Kevin, with today's certification and the state funeral this week for President Jimmy Carter, as well as the upcoming inauguration, security at and around the Capitol is extremely high. An additional 4,000 officers are being brought in from jurisdictions across the country to help assist with these special events. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much as always. And still to come on your 19 News, we look back at what happened on this day 40 years ago when rioters stormed the U.S. Capitol. We'll hear what's changed since then and go over what we know happened. We're back in 2 minutes.
Yes, we're on thin ice. And everything is going up in smoke. Still, some are adding fuel to the fire, while the rest of us see the troubled waters rising. Our planet is under the weather. But when the going gets tough, the tough get, well, you know. Because in the heat of this moment, we're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. On this day 4 years ago, supporters of then-President Donald Trump stormed the U.S. Capitol in an attempt to halt the election certification. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp shares what led up to that attack and its aftermath.
January 6, 2025, snow blankets over the U.S. Capitol building. As crews clean up the winter weather, the snow isn't the only noticeable difference here on this day 4 years ago. January 6, 2021. It was a very different scene. On that day, Trump continued to claim the 2020 election was stolen.
Everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Trump supporters then marched to the Capitol, fought Capitol police officers, and tried to disrupt the electoral certification process.
Forced congressmen and senators to be locked in their offices or sit on their desks. I was ushered out of the Senate chamber.
There's no question, none, that President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day.
They were there proud. They were there with love in their heart. That was an unbelievable, and it was a beautiful day. And it was love and peace. And some people went to the Capitol, and a lot of strange things happened there.
A lot has changed since that day 4 years ago. 1,600 people have been prosecuted in connection to the January 6 attacks. Congressional hearings focused on police and intelligence failures on that day, and Trump was charged for trying to overturn the 2020 election. President Biden is telling people to never forget what happened on that day.
And our democracy is really literally put to the test. And thankfully, our democracy held.
At the U.S. Capitol, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
After Trump won the November election, the January 6th case was dropped. The Justice Department said it would go against the Constitution to pursue prosecutions against a sitting president. Trump has also said that he's looking into pardoning the people who stormed the Capitol. A new AI tool promises to help doctors support patients at higher risk of suicide, and getting lab test results on cell phone apps could be confusing patients. WZMQ's Sarah Blakely has some of the day's top health stories.
A new artificial intelligence tool could help warn doctors when their patients are at risk of suicide. A study from Vanderbilt University Medical Center tested an AI system that analyzes electronic health records and pinpoints patients at higher risk of death from suicide within 30 days. The system then prompts doctors to ask their patients some screening questions. The system flagged about 8% of patients for additional screening and support. Suicide remains a leading cause of death in the U.S. Some nursing home patients with dementia may be taking trips to the hospital that are unnecessary and potentially harmful. A study from the University of Missouri-Columbia found that residents with Alzheimer's or dementia were more likely to have avoidable transfers to the hospital than residents without dementia. The researchers say hospital transfers can confuse and stress residents who could instead be treated at home, but dementia may make it difficult for them to express those wishes. And a law intended to make medical test results more transparent for patients may instead be confusing and worrying them. University of Michigan researchers found that patients often see medical test results on electronic records before even their doctors have been able to look at them. But they found most patients had trouble understanding that information accurately because results aren't written with patients in mind. The authors advocate developing patient-centered pathology reports or talking to your doctor about what to look for in a report before you have a test. Those are some of today's top health stories. Sarah Blakely, WZMQ 19 News.
Coming up next, Jim Koski tells us about some of his hopes for 2025 for life in the 906. And later we have more details on the upcoming nationally recognized ski jump competition in Ishpeming. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day, and it's one that merges with professional development. You have the opportunity to become a tax preparer, helping your neighbors file and get their tax refunds. There is no experience required. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities, just head to upersunited.com.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, the return of snow crabs. For our Eye on America, we head to the Alaska wilderness to see how a once declining species is now making a comeback. We've got that and more tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Save big money on flooring updates at Menards. Mohawk sheet vinyl flooring is durable and simple to maintain. Pick up Engage Series sheet vinyl, now just 79 cents a square foot. We have the door of your dreams. Choose from the best in-stock selection of Mastercraft doors, or design your door your way. Get this door for just $139.99. Plus, get 15% off everything you can fit inside the bag.
Save big money at Menards.
Morning, Dr. Watson.
We need someone with your expertise.
Everyone who comes into this clinic is a puzzle. Remember, we're doctors and we're detectives. Doctors, detectives.
I kind of love it, if I'm being honest.
Everyone's faces and bodies are clues. Let's go solve the mystery.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount. So it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-653-7551. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-653-7551. Order now.
Welcome back, everyone, and please welcome the 2025 version of Jim Koski. Jim, Happy New Year to you, sir. What do you have for us today?
Well, here we are, Kevin, 6 days into 2025, and I'm guessing that a lot of us have hopes and dreams for what the next 358 and a quarter days hold. And while my track record for predicting the future is spotty at best, I have a list of things I hope will happen by the end of the year. Now, I'm fairly confident about these ones. I'm hoping at least one UP high school basketball team wins a state championship and shows everyone downstate that we really do mean business. I'm hopeful Marquette gets several hundred new units of much-needed housing. And I also hope that at least 12 or 13 of those units might actually be affordable. I'm hoping that unlike last year, we get enough snow for sled jogs and ski jumps and cross-country races. And then I hope the snow disappears the day after the last of those events. I also hope that the people of the UP continue to realize that despite our many differences, there's always one thing that will always bring us together: when some idiot does this. Now, I also have a few hopes that are pipe dreams, but are still hopes nonetheless. I hope this is the year they finally finish painting the Mackinac Bridge. I hope this is the year Ohio realizes that Michigan really did get the better end of the Great Toledo Border War. And I hope this is the year someone finally figures out how to build a wormhole that will get you from Seney to Shingleton so you no longer have to drive the Seney stretch. Although I'm guessing that one might still be a year or two away. Finally, there are two things that I'm cautiously optimistic about. I'm hoping that Kevin Hodge, in his admirable quest to become a Uper, remembers that it's pop and not that other four-letter word. And lastly, I hope that the Packers and the Lions get to meet in an NFC playoff game that would just blow the UP's mind. And most importantly, I hope the team wins. No matter how things do end up turning out, I hope that you all have a great 2025. I'm Jim Koski, and that's another slice of life in the 906.
Jim, I'm going to keep calling it soda. There's no way. I can't believe you would try and pressure me to just throw away all of my father's teachings. I can't believe you.
Well, Kevin, if you want me to turn you into a pure 100% Uber, you have to do two things. You have to call it pop, and someday you have to try a pasty.
Oh, my goodness, and you broke another secret. Jim, come on. We're not supposed to tell people that. I haven't had one yet, folks, because I'm waiting to, get it on camera. I want everyone to experience it with me. And Jim, you and I will be going to do that soon enough. So don't worry, everyone. I'm going to have a pasty soon enough. Just waiting for the right opportune moment. All right, Jim?
Okay, Kevin, we'll do it. Don't worry. We will do it.
All right, sounds good. And don't forget to join Jim weekday afternoons on Q107 WMQT. Thank you, Jim. The Ishpeming Ski Club will host the 138th annual ski jumping tournament at the UP Nordic Ski Complex from January 17th to 19th in Ishpeming. Our John Truitt has this report on the preparations being made and what spectators can expect.
Since 1887, ski jumpers from across the country have been coming to Ishpeming to compete in the country's oldest ski jumping tournament. With colder temperatures and some natural snow, Ski Club Vice President Peter Copenhaver says we could still use some more.
But we're looking at a kind of a window of opportunity here with the cold temperatures, so we can at least be making snow.
Ishpeming is the birthplace of organized skiing, with the club being the oldest in the nation. As such, the Ski Club enjoys amazing community support.
And we pride ourselves on that. We have a heritage that we maintain of Nordic skiing in this area.
This year's ski tournament promises to be as thrilling as in years past. Copenhaver says the level of competition is fierce, counting many Olympians as alumni.
Just this prior Olympics, for example, we also have an individual that was here 2 years ago who set our new hill record on Suicide Hill that is now on the World Cup and doing very, very well.
The tournament is known for its enormous bonfires, along with several other amenities.
We have tailgating. That's always kind of a sought-after thing. People haul their girls out there and bring their family. It's just a great social event that way for family and communities. We got concessions. We got food trucks. We got fireworks on Saturday night.
Copenhaver says if you've never witnessed this miracle of flight, you should definitely check it out.
It's just absolutely amazing to watch these athletes come off the takeoff at almost 60 miles an hour and glide the length of a football field. I mean, they're in the air for almost 5 seconds.
Tickets are sold in the form of commemorative buttons, which can be purchased at select local businesses. In Ishpeming, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
And Tom DeVecchio has your final look at weather when we come back.
Why AAA? Because you're stuck in a rut, literally. Because you're out of gas. And in a pickle. Because stuff happens. And AAA is the most trusted roadside assistance. Join today at AAA.com.
Does cooking feel like a kitchen battle? You need Granite Stone Armor Max, the revolutionary cookware set with 4 durable layers of ultra non-stick. So slick, virtually nothing sticks. No oil or butter needed. You can get the Granite Stone Armor Max set for just 4 easy payments of $39.99. We'll include this razor-sharp knife set and deep steam and fry pan set, yours absolutely free. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. Order now.
Blades Bait and Tackle and Little Beatty Knock. They've got rods, reels, cases, walls full of tackle and lined by the spool. Even more rods, hand augers, of course electric ones are cool. Tip-ups, heaters, boxes, sleds, and electronics to get you on the bite. Shacks to buy or rent for the day or night. Clothes to keep you warm through thick and thin, and of course all sorts of bait in the buckets it goes in. If you're heading for the bay, always make your first stop Blades Bait and Tackle in Kipling. You need it, they've got it. Be sure to visit them online at bladesbait.com to get the latest ice conditions and weather reports.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
Why AAA? Because you're stuck in a rut, literally. Because you're out of gas. and it'll pickle. Because stuff happens. And AAA is the most trusted roadside assistance. Join today at AAA.com.
Checking out the snowfall outlook as we head on through Tuesday. You can see Marquette may get an inch or two of snow. That trend may actually continue across much of the northern shores of Lake Superior from Marquette eastward, lesser amounts toward the Wisconsin border. The snow does increase. Could be some decent amounts altogether by the end of the day Wednesday for the northern shores of Lake Superior. Some sunshine for Thursday. Temperatures moderate a bit for Friday, and that trend continues into the upcoming weekend. Kevin?
Tom, thank you very much. And that's all the time we have for tonight, folks. We'll see you again at 11:10 Central.